yeah, I don't wanna stress. I bought a foreign whip, but I don't wanna flex. Step back and shoot, and it hit nothing but net. I always win like I rigged and paid.
In today's video, we will show you guys the best Zion Williamson build, known as the facilitating finisher. It can dunk, it can dribble, it can shoot, it can do everything. Let's get into the video.
She know I keep the bag on me. How about got a couple racks on me? I'ma hit it, then I dip. No, I do not trust a bitch, cause they all be the same to me. All these thoughts always running through my head. I'ma get the bag, double back for the bread. I'd rather smoke a blunt, kicking back in my bed. And yeah, she in my line, cause she know I'm getting bread.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Risky, and we are back with another video. If you have not yet, make sure you hit that like button, hit that big red subscribe button, and let's hop right into it. So as you guys saw by the intro, I'm bringing you guys today a very overpowered build. Right, this is one of my favorite builds I've ever used in NBA 2K20, and I've had this build for a long time. I just haven't really done a lot of videos with it because I have been way too lazy to max it out, but I think it was finally time. So in this video, I'm just gonna pretty much show off the build, the badges I use, and everything like that, and then later on in future videos I might show more gameplay with this build. But hopping right into the build here, like I said, we're going for a Zion Williamson type build, which is going to be under a facilitating finisher. So we're going to select the point guard position, and for our skill breakdown chart, we're going to go with the red pie chart and the yellow pie chart, which represents playmaking and defense. Now, although this is a Zion Williamson build, everything is not going to represent Zion, because we also have to make the build, you know, as best as it could be in terms of 2K. all right, it's really hard to replicate someone's IRL build, you know, exactly the same, because, you know, some of that just really doesn't work out in terms of 2K with the attributes and stuff like that. So in terms of the physical profile, without a doubt, we're going to go with the first physical profile, and the reason for that is because we want that speed. All right, when we raise our height on this build, we're going to take a dramatic hit in the speed. And a lot of people mess up by taking, you know, a pie chart like this one here, because they think, oh, I'm gonna get more vertical strength, everything. But then they're gonna realize later on that that speed is not gonna be enough, because I'm telling you, when you raise your height, your speed drops down like 10 attribute points, and having just the -4 speed there is gonna make a big difference. Now, in terms of the attributes here, all you guys gotta do is follow along, and you will be nice and good making this build. So as you see here, you're pretty much going to max out your main attributes in finishing, being close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, and you're going to add a little bit to that standing dunk. Same premise with shooting and playmaking. You're going to max your mid-range, 3-point, free throw, post fade, your pass accuracy, your ball handle. And then with defense, here's the tricky part. With defense, to make the facilitating finisher build, you actually want to max out your perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, and block. But technically, if you remove your block and put it into defensive rebound, then you do get one extra badge on the defensive end. But by doing that, it will come out as a two-way slashing playmaker. So if you really want to have the title facilitating finisher, keep it, you know, with the 17 shooting badges on that attributes of blocks. But if you don't really care about the name of your build, remove the attributes from blocks and put it into defensive rebounds. Now, as you see here, very overpowered build. Looking at the badge count, we're looking at 12 finishing, 10 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 17 defense and rebounding. Like I said in the intro, guys, this build can do everything. There is not one thing this build cannot do. And especially if you are a legend, this build is even better for you. One legend who uses a build very similar to this, some type of facilitating finisher, is Double HDF. He actually uses a very similar facilitating finisher build, a little bit taller. And if you guys have watched his videos on Legend, that build is just ridiculous, because it's already so balanced. And now when you add 10 more badges to each category, it's just ridiculous. All right. Now, like I said, for the height, we're gonna go 6'6", and like I said, look at the speed taking a drop. Since we chose 95 speed, it's not gonna take that big of a hit. It's still gonna be at 92 speed, which means that with us having 92 speed, when we hit 99 overall, and if you do have your gym rat badge, if you're an SS3 or above, you will actually have 99 speed on this player at some point when it is fully maxed. So that's just something to take note of. And yeah, moving on to the weight for this build, like I said, everything cannot replicate Zion, because when you're doing the weight here, we're going to go minimum weight just to get, you know, more of an acceleration and stuff like that. But obviously Zion, if you were making a real Zion build, you would make that weight max. We all know that, all right? So you want to put it at 180 pounds just to get the most out of this build. Like I said, you know, just to get the extra acceleration and stuff like that we lost while raising our height. Now for the wingspan, again, a little bit tricky, but if you want that title of facilitating finisher, you are going to want to max out your wingspan. And in terms of the attributes, I think it actually makes sense to max out your wingspan. Yes, we're taking a hit with the 3-point and the ball handle, but you got to understand that ball handle, either way, in takeover, you're gonna be able to speed boost. We're gonna be able to shoot. Once you get 99 overall, that 3 will be like a 68, which is literally the same 3-point rating as a glass lock. So you're really not taking that big of a hit by raising this wingspan. And obviously we're having a longer wingspan, which means better defense, and we're getting more out this build, similar to Zion Williamson, because we all know Zion is a great defender, especially with the blocks and all that. This is raising our block attribute tremendously, as we literally went from a 65 block on this player to an 85 block. Now moving on to our takeover, you can see we have a lot of options with our takeover. Personally, I like going slasher, especially since we are making this a Zion build, an offensive dominant build. You know, I am going to take that slashing takeover, but you could really go with anything. You could go with the lockdown takeover or even the playmaking takeover. And as you see, you have built a facilitating finisher, and that is the build right there. But now I'm going to show you guys some of the badges in case you guys are curious what badges I use on my player, because I already use this build sometimes, so I already kind of know what badges to use. Now for finishing badges, obviously it's unfortunate that we cannot get any Hall of Fame, but we can make it work with our gold badges. So as you see here, we put gold slithery finisher, contact finisher, fancy footwork, and finally we do get relentless finisher bronze, consistent finisher bronze, and acrobat bronze. And the reason I put those 3 on bronze instead of getting 1 more gold badge is because I feel like all those badges are necessary. Acrobat helps you with the, you know, reverse dunks and stuff like that. Consistent finisher will prevent you from missing wide open layups, and relentless finisher prevents you from missing wide open layups when you have no energy. So that is why I decided to go with all those bronze instead of, you know, just picking one and going with a gold. For shooting, quick draw really depends on what you like. All right, if you are a fan of gold quick draw, you put gold quick draw. But I know there's a lot of people who do not like gold quick draw, or they're able to use it on silver quick draw. And if you do prefer silver quick draw, obviously by any means necessary, put on silver quick draw, because you will save an extra badge. And for the rest, you just put, you know, the ones you saw on screen: Green Machine, Hot Zone, and Limitless on gold and silver. Now for playmaking, we do have 21 playmaking badges. Obviously we have, you know, to take the obvious ones in being handles for days, quick first step, ankle breaker, and that leaves us with about 9 available upgrades. Considering this is not necessarily an ISO, you know, build, like, I mean, I guess you consider an ISO build, but it's not, you know, a main ball handling build. You really have a lot of options here. I do actually decide to put on tight handles, and then that leaves us 1 badge left, and I just chuck it on, you know, unpluckable and floor general. You could obviously take off the floor general if you don't want, and if you guys are using this build for the 1v1 court, you won't need floor general. And yeah. And finally, we have our defensive badges here. As you see, we do have 17 badges now. Obviously, these badges are going to be changed whether you're playing the center position, the guard on the 1v1 court, stuff like that. But I'm just going to give you the general badges I think you should be using, being Intimidator, Pick Dodger, Rim Protector, and Clamps Hall of Fame. I actually do decide to lower our Pick Dodger. We lower our Pick Dodger to silver to then get silver Pickpocket. And with that, I kind of like that a little better. And we have 1 bronze badge, so just chucking on Interceptor. And with those badges, you should be able to, you know, play defense pretty well. But like I said, obviously that could be changed when you're playing the center position. You might need more, you know, interior paint badges. But with these badges, the attributes this build gives you, you could really do so much things with this build. So hope you guys do take advantage of that. Hope you guys actually make this build, take it to the park. And if you do, let me know down below in the comment section, or drop a like on this video. If you think the video was a W, you think the build is a W, just let me know so I can get some feedback, and I can maybe do more videos like this where I show you guys more OP builds. And with that being said, make sure to drop a like in this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, hit the notification bell. It's your boy Risk, and I'm out.
Lucas.
It's funny how now she be calling me back. She see that I got it, I'm stuck in the trap. 40 autos, and we put it right back. 40 autos, and he left in the back. I can't be trusting cause people just act. I get the money, I run it right back. The plug on my phone, I get to these racks. The plug on my phone, I'm gonna get back. I can't be trusting cause people be switching and stuff.